What's up, everybody? Welcome back. This is Justin with Justo, and I'm Justin Justo. I want to thank everybody for tuning in, and hopefully you've already subscribed. Turn those post notifications on and smash that like button. Man, punch that like button. Today I'm here with none other than Justin, man. Go ahead and introduce yourself to folks.
Hi, my name is Justin Rodriguez. Friends call me J-Rod or J-Dog. I'm here. I'm one of the instructors at Ohio Media School, but I also am a promotions assistant with Radio 1. So I work with 4 different radio stations, and it's a lot of fun, but it's a lot of work.
Yeah, I'm about to say 4 radio stations, bro.
It's 4 radio stations in one company,
So today, man, we're going to just go ahead and jump into a lot of topics that are just like crazy. We're going to talk about the artificial intelligence, the cons and the pros. We're going to talk about athletes getting locked up. We're going to talk about a campaign trail that has some unsuspected hiccups. And I mean, it's going to be a live one here. So let's just go ahead and dig right into it. Where did your passion for media come from?
It actually came. So I'm originally was born in Costa Rica.
Okay.
And when I was younger, I used to watch a lot of Cartoon Network, like Looney Tunes and like Codename Kids Next Door and Powerpuff Girls.
Kids Next Door was my favorite.
That was fire. It was
Yeah.
fire. But when I was in CR, I would see a lot of snow on the ground in the cartoons, and I've never experienced snow before. And that cartoon basically got me into wishing into moving into the United States, right? And ever since then, I always paid attention from television, because when I first moved here, I couldn't speak English at all.
Oh.
So I used what was around for me. Back then, when I was younger, there wasn't many home computers, and there wasn't cell phones like there are now today.
We still had dial-up too.
We still had dial-up, exactly.
You kids know nothing of dial-up.
You don't know that horrible internet sound when it's slow.
Cue the sound.
Oh, that hurts my ears. But, I used television to learn English.
Yeah.
Because I would hear a word, thank God Dora the Explorer, because it was the only show
Yeah.
that was English and Spanish.
Yeah.
But, if I heard a word, let's say, number 4 in Codename Kids Next Door said crud. I don't know what crud was, so I would ask my buddy, hey, what's this word? Is it a bad word? Is it a good word? How do you use it in a sentence? He would roast me a little bit because I didn't know, but I didn't know.
Right.
But after that, I just got into media, and then I got into YouTube afterwards, and I really just wanted to make it on myself. I started drawing, learning how to draw comics.
Word.
So and that was all throughout, from early childhood to high school, and then college. I was I want to go to digital school, like an animation school. Didn't choose to do that.
So you made your mind up early that this is what you wanted to do.
But yeah, but I before I went to college, I studied criminal justice, which wasn't at all what I wanted. But then, after getting fired once, I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna pursue anything that I don't want to do anymore. I'm gonna pursue what I want to and not waste my time.
Right.
Because my time is precious and valuable.
Exactly. You don't want to wait, because time is money.
Exactly.
And you don't have either of the two to waste, obviously.
No, it is.
So
not.
I heard you say you were from Costa Rica.
Yes.
What is the culture, the atmosphere, the vibe? What's it like, man?
It is so different from here.
What's the
sure.
food?
The food is great.
Dude, I love food. So.
Food is great, and not only that, but I was just there this past February, and I thought me going back and eating food there, I thought I was gonna get sick.
Right.
No, I got sick when I came back here and had been there for a week and eating healthy and eating great.
What's so crazy is I was listening to the radio, and they were talking about some lady, I can't remember who it was, but she was saying how she went out of town and she went hiking and everything else, and she was eating 3-course meals, because there's no preservatives in other countries. They're actually outlawed. 90% of the chemicals that we use here in America in our food are outlawed in other countries.
And it's funny, I tried to research it, why I felt sick. When I came back from Costa Rica, and they told me it was traveler's gut, saying that it was the third world country's fault for the dietary that I just had, and I was just getting used to one back here,
Mm.
instead of the other way around, where it's the United States' fault with the preservatives and the chemicals that are in the food that are actually making me sick. Because I didn't have a problem when I went down there and started eating. Like, I didn't have like any problems with my stomach.
But you got tacos.
They have. We're not like Mexico, and we're more like rice and beans. We're more rice and beans with like chicken. There's this dish called gallo pinto, which is like rice and beans with a little cilantro, onion.
You
put a little
cilantro.
Yeah, it's good stuff, man.
What kind of beans do they use?
Black beans usually.
Black beans? I like black beans.
Black beans usually, but like the culture there is completely different from here. Like we have a saying called pura vida, which means pure life.
Pure life.
You know, like when.
How you say it again?
Pura vida.
Pura vida.
Yeah, not like the bad word pura.
Yeah.
But like that's basically our vibe. Is we're all pretty calm, pretty chill. Racism is not really a thing there.
Right.
I mean, it might be with other countries, but like as far as like somebody being like, you know, dark skin, light skin, we're all so mixed together, and it honestly doesn't matter because at the end of the day, we're all, you know, we're connected.
Yeah. If you cut us all open, we all look the same on the inside.
Exactly.
Now it's crazy when you were saying that you Googled when you came back how it was a third world country that made you sick, and on the contrary, America now. If you have Google, this is the point where you need to take it out. America is now considered a third world country.
I believe it.
Because of the employment rate versus the unemployment rate, the housing rate versus the homeless. America is now considered a third world country. Where did you first get your big break, and who gave it to you?
As in, like, when I started making it?
Yeah.
Honestly, here at OMS, when I first got here, you know, like a lot of students who go through this program, they usually wait till graduation before they get a job. But I told Professor D, the student coordinator here, I told him, hey, you know, I'm looking for some new job. You know, I just got let go. But honestly, I'm glad it happened because otherwise I wouldn't be here. Yeah. But I told him I was bilingual. You know, I could talk Spanish and English, and that opened the doors for me.
That opens doors so fast.
The local radio station here, Radio 1 Cincinnati, was opening up a new Latino radio station. So they wanted to have somebody who was bilingual in order for them to be able to talk to the talent. Right. So thank God for that, because that got me in the door, and now I've been at the radio ever since, for sure. You know, like
shout out to Radio 1.
Shout out to Radio 1, for sure.
All right, well, let's jump into these topics, man. I was gonna start off with the AI stuff, man.
Okay.
I heard, and it's so crazy about this AI stuff. If you guys haven't really checked it out, I would really encourage you to go check it out. It's really to a point now where it's a really thin line, if you ask me, my personal opinion, on which way this is going to teeter.
Right.
Did you know that they have AI radio hosts now?
I believe it. I believe it, yeah.
Like, I mean, they can't show emotion like how we just laughed and chopped it up, and you know, but they are literally able to sit there and speak and articulate words and everything correctly and just carry on a conversation you wouldn't know unless you're looking for the emotion.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like you see those short videos nowadays, like on YouTube Shorts and Instagram Reels. Like they have like this weird woman just sitting there, like I don't know. For me, like when it's like this weird woman who just sits there as somebody else is talking, and she's just like is there watching and nodding and stuff like that.
What?
But that like adds to that extra layer. It's like, is this person real or is it not? Like, is it?
Because CGI already is at a point. I mean, have you seen that movie Ready Player One?
I haven't actually. I heard it's really good. Really good.
Go home and watch that movie, man.
Right.
It's the CGI in that movie is so crazy. Even Battle Angel Alita.
I've seen that one.
That
CGI
good. As well is just like unremarkable. Like the differences is almost uncanny. Like you can't tell. Mm-hmm. Let's weigh these bad qualities, pros and cons, so to speak, of AI. What would you call a bad quality or a con to the AI?
Effing Mecca. Just that whole AI rapper, dude.
Yeah, the AI rapper he's referring to is the Mecca. He calls himself Mecca.
Oh, dude.
Did call it. He got murdered. He was on throwing what, the N-bomb around?
Well, like, so the whole controversy with this was that there was a rapper down in Atlanta called Kyle the Hooligan, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he was approached by Factory, was it Factory News? Factory News was the name of the company.
Mm-hmm.
He was approached by them saying like, hey, we want to collab with you.
Mm-hmm.
We have a great idea that we're going to come up with this AI rapper. We're going to use your voice, and it's, you know, generate millions. Not that that's what they said, but I'm paraphrasing basically.
Right.
You know, and when Kyle, when he was, you know, signing this, basically agreeing to this,
Mm-hmm.
you know, he thought that they were gonna make an AI like in his appearance or in his persona, you know, like something from
like a digital clone,
like digital clone of
yeah.
himself, you know, and that's what he was expecting, and all of a sudden they came out with his freaking weird Fortnite character, you know.
Yeah, I was thrown off by his appearance.
I was too,
I mean,
but like, not only that, what threw me off was, and this like irritated the hell out of me. It was when I saw them post that picture of like FN Mecca getting arrested by police officers,
yeah.
and that to me was like, okay, obviously these people don't care about the culture, because it's not like you're people who get arrested by the police officers or get harassed by them. It's not like they're choosing to do so.
Right.
It just happens because our system is like
is corrupted.
It's pretty messed up.
Corrupted.
But they're posting those pictures, you know, even though it's fake, they know that's gonna make them money, you know.
Yeah.
And it's like number one, it's like, I don't know, they're putting a stereotype on people for sure.
Oh yeah.
And number two, it's just like you don't have to be arrested by police officers
You don't.
to be a rapper. You know?
You don't. You know, now I wanted to speak about my side of it is
Mm-hmm.
that bothers me is I feel like AI can be racist, sexist, creepy, and very biased.
Yeah.
Prime example, some people believe that AI can be a bit biased. They're programming AI to do facial recognition. Now, you already have facial recognition right on your phone.
No,
Now, some people believe that scanners are a form of, I quote this from globalcitizens.com, a form of mass surveillance that violates the right to privacy and threatens the right of freedom and peaceful assembly and expression.
Right.
How you feel about that?
I feel that with AI, we have to be very careful, because if you think about it, AI has a whole algorithm, and some of them are actually connected to the internet.
Yeah.
You know, and off the internet, off the bat, already, like, they're going to have countless forms of information, right? What we have to be careful is how we program AI into how do they interact with humans. You know, there has to be some laws for them in order to be out in the public.
Yeah.
Like, let's say, like, tomorrow we have an iRobot kind of deal.
Like they just walking out.
Yeah, exactly. And like that, two sides of me is like that, freaking awesome. But the other side is like that'd be kind of scary, because we're making these machines where they know we're stupid,
right?
Because we make stupid decisions,
right.
You know, off impulses. AI doesn't have that humanity of feeling. So for sure, AI is going to start looking at those who make impulsive decisions. I want to say as lesser people, because they're not able to control their impulsivities and basically doing what they want. But that's all of us.
That's the nature of being a human.
Exactly.
Is trial and error.
Exactly.
Honestly.
Without the impulsiveness, we wouldn't know, like, hey, we're gonna do this. This is wrong. Later on, I'm not gonna do that.
Right. And AI literally has no sensitivity like humans.
Exactly.
Zero. They have no compassion, no sensitivity. It's just zeros and ones.
Exactly. And the thing is, like, that mecha bot, you know, dropped N-bombs and all this other stuff, and it's like, you're not. First of all, it was created by this guy named Brandon Lee, and was signed on by Anthony Martini. He like managed people like Tyga and Lil.
Yeah, I know, I've heard of him.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But like, you're a white man having a machine saying N-bombs for money. You know, that's kind of messed up if you ask me.
It's horrible if you ask me.
And then not only that, they didn't even pay Kyle the Hooligan. They
just ran off on him?
They ghosted him.
So they took his voice.
Yeah.
And they just ran off on him.
Ran off on him and never even gave him anything back, completely ghosted.
Now, what does the future of AI look like to you?
we have to be very careful, like I said earlier. But as far as I see, AI, it's going to be within our lives every single day, and it already has started happening.
Right.
And it already has been happening. If you think about it, your iPhone. You ever like just sat down and like started scrolling through videos and you talked about something and later on you see an ad like
Cookies.
Cookies, exactly.
Yeah.
Watch now, I'm gonna get Thin Mints from Girl Scouts. It's like buy your Thin Mints here. There's AI on your iPhone and Androids, and they are specifically made to match your personality and make sure they put stuff in front of you that you want to buy. So AI does already exist within our iPhones. We're just starting to see a whole new level where we can use it.
That's crazy. I was on Google searching the topic, of course, the AI stuff for us to talk about. I came across this and I thought this was just mind blowing. May 7th in 2015, there was a surge of brain-related patents. BBC.com reported there was a dramatic rise in the number of technology patents filed that related to reading brainwaves.
Right.
So they've come up with a patent that is actually able to pick up brainwaves and translate them into English text. It is a innovative procedure.
I gotta look this up. Soon, what it's gonna lead to? Because right now it's just text that we can pick up. Soon it's gonna be colors, and then it's gonna be pictures, and then it's gonna be video, and then it's gonna start going into that.
So this is the question, reasoning behind me bringing this up, is this a violation of privacy at this point? Because you got to think about it, okay? So long ago, the cookies is data that's getting transferred back to a company that owns that, right? So where is the brainwave data going to? What company owns this? What purpose are they going to use this for?
I can tell you right now, it's going to be, number one, it's going to be through the U.S. government. People don't realize it now, but like our freedoms were kind of already stripped away back after 9/11 happened.
Yeah.
Coming off of that, is like, do you think that hip hop culture has turned toxic, or has it always been that way?
I believe hip hop culture became toxic in the late 80s to early 90s.
Okay.
It went from an Eric B. Rakim type of rapper. I can go back even before that. It went from Sugar Hill's Gang type of group. Sugar Hill's Gang, they didn't talk about shooting nobody, killing nobody. The hip hop, the hippie to the hip hop. You know what I mean?
Stop rocking.
You know what I mean? And it's actual positive music, Then you came to an era where, like I said, Eric B. Rakim, where it was like more gold chains, you know what I mean, Kango hats, but they were still pro hip hop.
Right.
It was more spray paint tagging neighborhoods.
Yeah, that's like not a violent.
That's not violent, but it still brought us into the threshold of criminal activity.
Right. Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. I think of Cypress Hill with like building things up.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then you can go even, let's just come a little bit more further into the 90s and go Tupac, Biggie. I feel like hip hop progressively evolved into a violent trend.
I think you're correct on that, especially like with. There's been so many rapper deaths. Like the biggest one that I can think of, is XXXTentacion. Like,
man, I was late to him.
That was a shocker to me.
I was actually late to him. I did not know I was listening to him until he died. He was on that Kodak Black. I Can't Even Roll in Peace. I didn't know that was him on that song. I thought that was just Kodak being funny.
Yeah. Him, and then who was the recent one?
Juice WRLD. Juice WRLD hit me hard.
This is something that's very criminal, but it's not. This is a rapper, right? And I'm not talking about R. Kelly. It's nothing like that.
I like R. Kelly. Listen, a lot of people look at me like I'm crazy for saying that, but
like this is a rapper. You know the Fugees?
Yeah.
So you know Michael Praz?
Yeah.
He funneled millions of dollars from a Malaysian financer called Lo Tak Jo to steer like legal funds into like the 2012 presidential campaign for Obama, And then in 2016 for the Trump campaign, he like withheld back some information.
What?
So, you know, it's illegal in the United States. This guy, he was disguising the funds that he received, which were $26.6 million. Okay, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. You know, that's a lot of money. And like, the guy who sent this money to Michael, right?
Yeah.
He is already like is being brought up for charges back in his own country in Malaysia for different types of frauds, and the fraud like goes up to like $4.5 billion. You know, that asks the question like, how legitimate were these, you know, presidential campaigns back in 2012 and then 2016 with Trump? You know, I'm not saying I don't think he donated it to Trump. I think he was using the money for something else, but like he had something to do with the 2016 election.
Did you hear about the John Morant thing?
No, tell me about it.
Did you hear he plays for the Grizzlies, Memphis, and he was suspended a month ago, or 2 months, 3 months maybe ago. I know it's no more than 4, for waving a gun on Facebook Live. While I guess he was in the studio or hanging out.
Oh, you know what? I think I did hear about that. Like he took out a gun, he was like,
on the camera, yeah.
Oh.
So he got suspended for that. He had a meeting with the commissioner, and the commissioner talked to him, and he said he understood everything and how it was impacting, and he promised to make a change and so on and so forth. But here we are, yesterday. John Morant.
Right.
Suspended again.
For what?
Waving a gun on camera. So John Morant suspended from all Grizzlies activities after latest gun video. This is the second gun video within a year. What's the point of keep waving a gun?
Dude, that's the thing I don't get about like waving a gun, because like I'm not gonna tell you about guns. Number one.
Yeah.
Number two, I'm never gonna wave it in front of you. And number three, like, don't ever wave a gun. You don't need to.
Yeah.
You don't need to know. People don't need to know that you have a gun. Okay. That's something that I feel like you should keep secret, because people can just break in your house and he has a gun. You know, like, I don't even know how to explain it.
It puts a target on you.
It puts a target on you.
And it attracts a certain energy, I believe.
Exactly. And that's why I don't like to tell people, unless we're like going shooting something together as an activity.
Yeah.
But if like, you know, we're just two guys hanging out, I'm not going to drop that, like, you see my gun?
Now, here's my question to you. Does he not, meaning John Morant, does John Morant not have Second Amendment rights?
He does have Second Amendment rights, but he is under contract with the NBA, specifically with Memphis, you know, and I'm sure in there they have in their book, in their guidelines, they have certain clauses and rules and regulations about behaviors within the NBA. Because you think about it, like, think about NFL, NBA, and these big like top sport athlete organizations where, you know, you have hundreds and thousands of people working for you under your banner all at the same time. A lot of them are wanting to go buck wild because they just got there.
Man,
they're like, hey, you know,
listen.
you know, and like, you should have those guidelines to like keep them out of trouble, because you're putting in like millions of dollars.
Rapper Fat Joe believes John Morant is trying to get put out of the NBA.
Honestly.
Stephen A. Smith from ESPN First Take says John Morant has been associated with guns more than he's been associated with women.
That's savage.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, at this point, he should just go work for the NRA. Go accept them.
So, I mean, I honestly just wanted to talk about it because I feel like, you know, as athletes, you're held to a higher standard than you know, just a rapper or a singer. You're an athlete. You're a role model for so many young children that are watching you, and then you got so many endorsements and everything like that. Why wave a gun? And it's for the second time.
Well, I'll tell you why. It's because it's been implanted. Because think about today, like every rap music I see, I always see dudes like this
Yeah.
all the time.
Hey, I'm
like,
scared for the cameraman sometimes.
I know, me too, bro.
See, they just pointing fucking Dracos and everything.
They,
I'm
like,
like,
come up and shoot up.
is it a clip in there?
I hope not, but like I'm saying, like people are surprised that these things happen, but like no shit, they're gonna happen. You have it in your music, you have it in your entertainment. You're making it a norm where
It's
people
programming.
pull out guns and stuff like that. Like I told you this before, but like I worked at an orphanage before I came to this school, right? And like the kids there, they're in foster care and all that stuff, and we were taking care of them. But like their behavior, they mimicked a lot of it from rap videos. Like this one kid, he took out these. I didn't realize it was fake at the time, but it was like he had like a wad of hundreds, right? But it was all like little Chinese like things basically, and he just kept like popping them out, waving in front of the kids. So just kind of funny.
Trying to learn how to
exactly,
do the flip.
like,
Yeah.
exactly. But then I was like, all right, guy, like. I know you playing right now, but don't you ever do that out in the street. Don't you ever flex your cash in front of somebody's face, because you don't know who is not in the right state of mind, and will gun you down for your money.
Yeah. Now, I got one more question for you before you get out of here, man. And once again, I want to thank you. Thank everybody for tuning in and watching this, man. This guy is very talented. I'll tell you that right
Appreciate that. Thank you.
Very talented.
So are you. I saw that video now.
Which one?
The Easter one on your Instagram. That was fire. I was like, oh damn, wish you said that
a month ago.
Yeah, I was like, I posted.
My computer was crazy. Backstory behind what we talk about. We got invited out to do some videographer stuff for Radio 1 in the Blake Maisland Easter Express. Dude, it was awesome live experience. I really had a good time. I got a lot of amazing footage. Got home, edited it right away, chopping it up. It looks real good. Export. Computer crashes.
Oh, damn, that's the worst.
Crashed for a month straight.
Really?
I don't have a standalone memory or RAM, so it has the fan.
Okay.
So my charger died, and then my computer was dead for like a month. So now it's just like.
Is it still like limping back?
Yeah. So I finally got it to export. Guess how long it took to export? Just take a wild guess.
Did you take you a week?
3 days.
3 days? Okay.
3 days to export that. My question to you is, during all your trials and tribulations and everything, what kept you motivated? And it's a two-part question. The second part of the question will be, making it where you're at now and looking back, was it really, that hard? And is it been worth it?
I think it was worth it, and I think I had to go through those things so I can guide people and tell them, like, hey, I went through the same thing. Like you're talking about, like your thing was being slow. Try to tell you there was like a way to switch up the project manager and stuff like that. I wouldn't have known that if I hadn't gone through that problem myself, And then, like, for me to have the opportunity for, number one, working with radio, which is phenomenal. I love it, but it's hard, but I love it, because I meet interesting people every single day. I've worked with different brands from all around this city, which in Cincinnati. Like, I worked with, brands like Remy Martin.
Really?
The luxury drink.
Yeah.
Pretty lit. I've never had it until I went to this, photography event.
The VSOP?
It was actually... It was we were at the Super Bowl for the Bengals. And no, it was this past. But like, looking back at it, even though it's been stressful and it's been hard, it's definitely has been worth it. Just from what I've learned, now I'm starting to get to a new point in my life where business for me is going to start picking up. Because I made those contacts, I've met those people, I make sure to save their numbers in my phone, make sure I save their emails, so I could go back in a later date and be like, hey, I've worked, this is what I do, this is the type of work that I can do for you, and even though it doesn't make sense at the time, keep building your contacts and your network, because that way when you're out of here, you're like, all right, I'm not working for you guys anymore, I'm going to work for myself. You have all those contacts, you have all those resources, and that's when you can start being a leader within your community and start setting up, you know, projects for yourself or for that company, for your own company, you know. In this grand scheme of things, you only have 24 hours in a day, and eight of those hours are already spent up at night. So it leaves you with what, 16 hours? And then how much time do you waste, you know, in those 16 hours? Do you sit down, watch TV? Are you eating? You know, you gotta eat, but like, are you just sitting and eating, snacking all day long? Like, are you moving? Are you doing, like, if that's all that you're doing, try to find a hobby that you enjoy and start making videos about that. You know, it's not. I'm not saying it's easy. It's not easy. So it's hard. But like, when it's something is hard and you enjoy it, it's so much, you know, so much better, you know, because if it's hard and you don't enjoy it at all, you know, by the time you're done, you're like, fuck this, I don't want to do this anymore. But if you're done and it was hard and you enjoyed, even though it was hard, you enjoyed it, once you finish, you look back at your project or whatever, and you can laugh, you know, and say, oh, dude, I love this right now. You know, that's a great accomplishment to have under your belt, even though no one else is going to see that. You know, just be happy with the content that you make. You know, even if it's shitty right now, it'll get better with the more time that you spend, you know, mastering your skills. All right, we're all at a different level, right? But we got to keep, you know, continuing to study like how to do something different. You know, study like trends, study how to like make different effects and stuff like that. Because like if that's something that you like and you love watching that stuff, learn how to do it.
Right.
So you can enjoy what you're going to do later on in life. You know, that's if you're like want to be a content creator.
So in closing, guys, chase your dreams. Don't be stagnant. Don't become complacent. Don't sit around and say, hey, I don't have time for this. Because if you wait, say I'll put it off till next month,
it's never gonna get done.
It's never gonna get done, man.
It's never gonna get done.
I want to thank Justin again, J-Rod.
Yes, sir.
Coming through, man. But this has been Justin with Justo, and I'm Justo, and this is J-Rod. Make sure you guys follow him. Let them know where they can follow you on your social media.
You can follow me on Instagram. I have two of them. One of them is the Ultimate Taco, and then my gaming channel is JAMR_GFX. That's on Twitch, on TikTok, and on YouTube. I do gaming. That's what I enjoyed, you know. That's.
Why did we start with that? Hey man, make sure you guys stay tuned for another episode of Justin with Justo coming soon. Hopefully we can get J-Rod to come back up here and talk about some more stuff.
Yeah, I'll be more than happy to.
Hey, I'll be more than happy to have you. Make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. Thanks for watching.